It was a cold Tuesday morning in a small town outside Chicago. The kind of morning when the wind cuts through every layer of clothing, and even the warm lights inside the grocery stores feel like shelter. Emily Parker pushed open the glass doors of Martin's Grocery, holding her 2-year-old daughter Lily tightly against her chest. Her jacket was thin, her hands were trembling, and her eyes were swollen from a night with almost no sleep. She had exactly $1.18 in her pocket. That was all. She had been out of work for 3 months. Her husband had left without warning. Rent was overdue. Lily had been crying from hunger since dawn. Emily wasn't coming here to shop. She was coming here out of desperation. She walked slowly toward the bakery section, whispering in her daughter's ear, "Just a little more, sweetheart. Mommy will get you something to eat." The smell of fresh bread almost made her dizzy. She stared at the warm loaves behind the glass. She knew she couldn't afford them. Not even the cheapest one. After standing there for several minutes, Emily finally forced herself to walk toward the register. At the counter stood Aaron, a young cashier in his early 20s. He smiled as she approached, but the moment he noticed the look on her face, his smile faded. "Ma'am, are you okay?" he asked softly. Emily swallowed hard. I'm sorry," she said, her voice shaking. "I only need a loaf of bread. But I don't have enough money. Maybe an old one, or something you're throwing out today?" Aaron felt something tighten in his chest. Customers asked for discounts all the time, but this wasn't that. This woman was humiliated just to ask the question. "How much do you have?" he asked gently. Emily opened her palm. "Just this." Aaron stared at the coins. Not even enough for a bottle of water, let alone bread. Behind her, 2 customers shifted impatiently. One woman whispered loudly, "Some people shouldn't come to the store if they can't pay." Emily lowered her head, ashamed. Aaron took a slow breath. Then he made a decision, without thinking about rules, without thinking about consequences. He stepped away from the register and walked to the bakery section himself. Emily watched, confused and embarrassed. 30 seconds later, Aaron returned with a warm loaf of bread, freshly baked, still wrapped in paper. Emily blinked rapidly. I can't pay for that," she whispered. "I know," Aaron said, "and you don't have to." He scanned the bread, pressed a button, and quietly paid from his own debit card. The machine beeped. Payment accepted. Emily shook her head. "No, I can't. I can't take charity." "This isn't charity," Aaron replied. "It's breakfast for your daughter. That's all." Emily felt her voice crack as tears spilled onto her cheeks. She tried to wipe them quickly so others wouldn't see. Lily reached her tiny hands toward the bread, and Aaron tore off a small piece and gave it to her. The little girl giggled happily. The first sound of joy Emily had heard from her that entire week. "You have no idea what this means," Emily whispered. Aaron just smiled. "There's more," he said. "Wait here." Before Emily could protest, Aaron walked to the back room. A manager followed him out a moment later. Emily grew terrified. "He's in trouble because of me." But the manager, Mrs. Hampton, didn't look angry. She walked up to Emily with a gentle expression. "Aaron told me what happened," she said, "and I want you to know, you're not alone." She handed Emily a small shopping bag. Inside were eggs, milk, fruit, cereal, and another loaf of bread. Emily covered her mouth in disbelief. I can't accept this, please." Mrs. Hampton touched her shoulder softly. "It's already taken care of. No charge." Emily broke down completely, crying into her daughter's hair. people in line fell silent. Even the impatient woman looked away, ashamed. Mrs. Hampton continued, "Period. We also have a community program for parents who need help. No paperwork, no judgment, just support. If you come by every Tuesday morning, we'll make sure you have enough groceries." Emily couldn't speak. She nodded slowly, overwhelmed. Aaron gently handed her the bag. "Take care of yourself," he said, "and your little one." Emily hugged Lily tightly and whispered, "See, sweetheart, there are still good people in this world." As she walked out of the store, the icy wind no longer felt so cold. Her steps were lighter. Her heart, for the first time in months, felt full of hope. Aaron watched her leave, unaware that a customer behind him had filmed the entire moment on their phone. By evening, the video had gone viral across the country. Millions of people watched Emily's story and donated to the grocery store's kindness program. Within a week, the store had enough funds to help hundreds of struggling families, all because one cashier refused to look away, and because one mother found the courage to ask for just a loaf of bread.